Hey guys, this is Oberon. This is the first time I'm doing a video like this. But when I came home from the studio today, where we're recording our new album, we had been doing vocals today. I came across a comment on my Facebook page from a person who had been distributing some of my releases in the 90s, amongst them the Big Brother single, which came out in the year 2000. And so I went back in my archive and I went through some of the boxes of correspondence that I have. I still keep all my 90s correspondence in these boxes. And I came across something that I really wanted to share, because it's a really, really good memory of the underground scene the way it was in the 90s. And especially for those of you who weren't around back then, I wanted to show you how we communicated with each other. And this is a letter from 1995 from a guy called Eric, who was doing a band in Oslo called Dunkelheit. It was really the way that news spread in the underground scene. So for instance, if I send you a letter and I inquire about your new band or your new record, and so you send me back a letter, and so like with this, in the envelope there usually were tons of flyers for different bands and releases and magazine, fanzine, stuff like that. And here you have, for instance, the flyer for the Luxuria tape that was released by Chris and Steven from Endura. And here's the tape. I think Oberon was on the second volume of the Luxuria tapes. This was amazing to see. It's a flyer for Baphomet magazine. Now, Baphomet was the magazine of Enrico from Regress Records, who gave me my first record deal. Now he runs Cruz del Sur Records out of Rome, and he really believed in me. And what a wonderful guy! And I'm so glad that I've reestablished contact with him, and I can't say enough good things about him and the faith that he put in my music. So thank you, Enrico. So this was a wonderful memory. I just picked this out of my box today, and here it was. Great memory. Here's a flyer for the Dunkelheit project. There's a German, I think, label called Nature and Art. So we had all these things flowing back and forth. This is how I first discovered Old Funeral. I remember I found a review of this tape, and I sent a letter to them and received back the biggest heap of flyers I'd ever seen in my whole life. And from there I started to explore the world through the flyers, through new artists that I found, new releases, and it was just an amazing adventure for a young boy who was just discovering what was out there in the world. So yeah, there was no email, there was no instant gratification, there were no MP3s. You had to wait. If you wrote a letter, you'd probably write 4 or 5 pages and you sent it off. You sit there with your typewriter all night writing, to maybe 10 people, and then you waited for a month before you heard anything back. And it was just a wonderful time to be creative and to be exploring art and creativity with this wonderful, like-minded international community of friends. And I'm so blessed to say that we're still here together, some of us. And yeah, I really hope that with the new Oberon record that's going to come out, I really hope to create a culture around that brings us back a little bit to that time in the 90s when music was something that we shared intimately together, that tied us together as a community, that really made us believe that it didn't matter who you were or what you believed in, what you did, but it was your love of art and your love of the community that kind of gave us our worth and our place here in the world. So it was a wonderful time. I just wanted to share this because this was really a unique time in the history of music. So thank you so much for being here, everybody. Have a wonderful evening.